What's up, man? What's up, everybody? How's it going, man? Hope everybody had a good day yesterday. It's always something wild when you're dealing with sports in general. Um, like and subscribe if you like the video, man. Most importantly, hit the notification bell if you so you can be notified every time I upload, man. Probably later on, I'll say not tonight, probably Friday night, I'll be uploading, or Friday morning I'll upload a video, NFL player props. I like to dabble around with player props, and man, what a night it was last night in the NBA. It was crazy, man. We got a 3-game slate today, and I'm glad it's only a 3-game slate. I won't be. I have to be work. I just got off right now, but I have to be work early today, so I won't be around. And I like to, I update my comment section with news that I run across, and some bets that I like and things like that. It was alright. I was only gonna play, like, for DFS. I was only gonna play on FanDuel yesterday, so I played. I'm a one lineup type of guy, and then whatever that lineup, I throw it in one GPP, then I put the rest in cash. So in FanDuel, I played one lineup. I know yesterday I said I wasn't gonna play on DraftKings, but I got some news. We got news, and then I hurried up and threw a lineup in on DraftKings. So let me see, but I didn't get a chance to play any cash on DraftKings. I just played one tournament, one GPP. So I mean, I can show you what I rolled out. So FanDuel, I ended up playing. I played this lineup on FanDuel. It cashed everywhere. I mean, well, in GPPs and cash, but here I go trying to be sexy again on on FanDuel. FanDuel, you could play anybody you want. Everybody's salary was the same, and I went I went right to Saban Lee. Was looking for at least 25, close to 30 for him, but he only got me 21 fantasy points. And then Curry just sat up there and wet the bed right along with Paul George. Man, that shit fucked me up. The rest of the lineup was solid. The rest of the lineup was solid. Colin Sexton did have 7 turnovers, so that kind of fucked me up too, because you get that's -1 point. So Murphy, he hit 6 threes, I believe. No, he hit 4 or 6 or whatever. But he had a decent outing, man. And then Valanciunas ended up getting ejected, but he probably wasn't gonna play that much after that. That was in the second half. But Joker, he came in and got it in. I knew that game, Atlanta game in Cleveland, was gonna be kind of competitive. So I wanted to double. I wanted to run it back with Sexton and Collins. Walker was, he was a staple. He's always probably going to be a staple in my lineup. So on DraftKings, I went similar. Tried to be sexy again. DraftKings, you got your salary, so you got to really be kind of tight. I went some of the same people with Joker and Valanciunas and Walker and Lee. For value, and Murphy. So, the only few differences, I had Butler over here, and he gave me almost 30 fantasy points. Isaiah Stewart, I should have left him where the fuck he was at. He blew it, and then Bagley come through and put the fucking icing on the cake and just wet the damn bed. So, there you have that. From a betting standpoint, I was all over Dallas when they when I got word the starters was out. I really had to lean towards that first quarterback, and they sat up there and wet the motherfucking bed in the first quarter. No starters, man. No starters on the others and they just wet the motherfucking bed. But it is what it is. But it things work out, and things work out because I caught it live. I already had Dallas money line on the early, but I caught it live and caught it plus 100 live, and then I went on ahead and hammered that back. I think they were down by 9, so I got back on that one that way. Then towards the end of the day, I started leaning towards the over and that Nuggets game, and and I got the Sacramento. I got Sacramento at plus money, so I figured they was gonna knock them off. So overall, good day. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we got 3 games. Let's jump right into it, man. We got Memphis and Charlotte. First game kicking off at 6:00. Injuries on Memphis side. You're gonna look at Chris Dunn should be out. Brooks is out. Merrill is out. McDermott is out. Anderson is questionable. I think he might, keep an eye on that situation. He might be out. So, who else? Tilly is out. And that's it for the Memphis side. And then on the Charlotte side, you have Kelly Oubre. He's doubtful. And let's see. Gordon Hayward is out. And then you have Mason Plumlee out. All right. So, those injuries on both sides of the ball. And this game here, it's kind of, if this was regular season, it'll be pretty, juicy. It'll be a pretty juicy game. But, as far as on the Memphis side, they had their game, and it was an outage. It was an outage in that game. So they didn't get a chance to play the fourth quarter. So, that really hurt a lot of folks, in DFS and on the books. You got some voids here. Then, you just got a lot of messy situations going on throughout the whole damn flick. So, minutes-wise, Ja Morant, he went out there and played a ton of minutes. He had a really nice outing. Okay, so we got to get news. That's the most important thing in preseason. We got to get news. We got a decent amount of news right now. So if we get some news about playing time, that's what we want to hear right now, because the starters over here, they played a pretty decent amount of time. Like, Ja Morant played enough time. Right now, I don't have the time, definite on what time they played, because it looks like ESPN and, all the stat providers, they added that fourth quarter, the minutes, like 12 minutes to each and every player. So, but that's just for that game. But, so they made it, it makes it a little inaccurate. But Ja Morant played enough minutes. He went out there and got 27.6 and rebounds and 4 assists. You know what I'm saying? So, barring anything, if anything changes, he's definitely in play. Desmond Bane, he's somebody that's on my radar. DeAnthony Melton, he can go out there. He got the start. He started alongside of Ja Morant, and he can fill it up. You know what I'm saying? In a few different categories. He had 14, 4, 3, and 3, and a block. So, in his stint, he probably played close to 20 minutes. Who else? Who I take a lean on over here? Let's see. Of course, you gotta keep an eye out on the status of Kyle Anderson, and then Jaren Jackson Jr. He had a pretty decent outing. He had 7, 2, 1, and 4. He had 4 blocks. So it's good to see him out there, playing. Especially after missing a nice portion of the year last year. So Brandon Clark. See, I don't even have the. They messed that up. I don't even have it for Clark. Yeah, he was a DNP. That's what that was. I didn't know he was a DNP. So he's a DNP, and then Clark was a DNP. Tillman played. He only played 7 minutes. But then you got new additions over here. Guys like Steven Adams. Steven Adams, he had a pretty decent game. I wouldn't mind him. He had a double, but keep in mind we definitely need to know the status of these people, status of these players. I'd imagine they probably trying to, playing the amount of minutes that they did play. Everybody, especially the starters and stuff, they got like 20 minutes. And some guys like Desmond Bain and Tyus Jones and who else like Tillman, Xavier Tillman and stuff. They were going to go play into the second half. So on the Charlotte Hornets side of the ball, we got the injury news, and it kind of condenses this team, so we know where the production should be coming from, and that's major key right now. I don't think we're gonna get too much more news as far as people being in or out. So that's pretty good that we got a decent a decent amount of news right now. So with Mason Plumlee, he played 15 minutes last game. He's out. Gordon Hayward, he played 16 minutes last game. He's out. And then Kelly Oubre, he played 13 minutes. So all these minutes, they need to go somewhere. And you can look for guys like, let's see. You can look for guys like, Ish Smith. Ish Smith did get some run last game. He had 10 minutes. But, they probably going to keep him capped at it right there. He's a veteran. He just about knows, what the deal is over here. James Bouknight, he played a decent amount. He played 20 minutes and he had 20 motherfucking points. So he was out there. You know what I'm saying? So these are some of the guys that could be carrying the torch in the second half, you know what I'm saying, and moving forward. Cody Martin, he played a decent amount of minutes. He didn't score that much though. He played 19 minutes, but he had a fake decent outing. LaMelo Ball, I can get down with some LaMelo Ball, especially if we get some news. He'll be probably one of my favorite players because he can get you there in a multitude of ways. He's just not scoring dependent like some of these other guys on the team. He had 15, 6, 5, and 2. So, LaMelo Ball, he can really go out there and, do some damage in limited amount of minutes. He played 20 minutes. So that was really, really decent. And a lot of these guys, they got their shots up. So that's interesting to see. Miles Bridges, he is somebody that, at 4,800, I'm loving that price for fantasy. You know what I'm saying? I love that price on DraftKings. And he can come in and get hot. These guys, they really like to shoot the three over here in Charlotte. He can really come in and get hot. And then with all the injuries on the team, I can expect him to get more minutes. Last game, he played 20. He might get, a couple more minutes. We'll see. We need to get a lot of coach speak. We need to be, your ear to the streets, to Twitter, beat writers, whatever the case may be, and you'll find out some information, some valuable information. But he's definitely in play as of right now. Miles Bridges, he had 13, 5. But he can really light it up given the opportunity. Weston Wundu is somebody I probably won't be on. Jalen McDaniels, he's going to be, as the day progresses, people are going to gravitate to Jalen McDaniels. He should be a beneficiary as well as all the injuries over here. So, it's a lot to take in. He played a decent amount of minutes last game too. He actually played more minutes than probably anybody on the team. I know he played like 22 minutes. 22 minutes. He had 12. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he had 12, 7, 2, and 2 and 1, man. So, he's definitely in play. Then, PJ Washington. PJ Washington with the baby mama drama, man. But yeah, man, PJ, he likes to come. They like to put him in there at that 5, that stretch 5. You know what I'm saying? He like to shoot that 3. If he's hot, he can go 4 for 5, 5 for 5 in a hurry. So, he really likes to stretch that stretch their defense out. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting to see what type of starting lineup these guys will run out. I don't have a lean towards this game right now. It's kind of iffy for me right now. I don't have a lean. You know, I don't have a lean at all. So, you know, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. We're just gonna have to see. Damn, they don't. Let me see if they have the totals out for sports betting. Let me see. Do they have the totals out? No, so they don't have the totals out for either one of these games. So, I mean, they got this game being real tight as well. So it's like a pick your poison thing. When I bet on preseason, you know, I've been betting on it for a while now, and a few things that I look at. You know, I look at, who's in, who's out. Coach speak, following on Twitter, Coach speak, and then, who's in, who's out, and then, the depth of the teams, especially the bench, because, when you got starters and things like that, you got starters playing X amount of time. Most of the time they're playing like half of the game, you know what I'm saying, or just a tad bit into the third and it's over with. So I try to look at the depth of the team's benches, who's active, who's inactive, and who can, if these teams are have playmakers or whatever that can carry the torch throughout the second half, man. You know what I'm saying? That plays a major part when you betting on these totals and these teams, these spreads, money lines. That plays, because if you got a team with a strong starting five but a weak bench, they can come back. Opposing team, they can come back and win. You know what I'm saying? In the second half, because the young boys and things like that coming in the second half, they thirsty, they ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And you could lose money like that. So, I can't put my hand, my finger around this game right here. I do want to see the totals, though. You know what I'm saying? Totals, because I can lean towards some totals, So, moving on, let's go to the second game here, which would be Toronto and Philly. Let's check the injuries over here. On the Toronto side of things, Gary Trent Jr. didn't play last game, but he looks like he's good to go right now. Utah Watanabe, he's out. Who else? We know Siakam is out. Boucher is out. We know that. King Birch is still out. And that's it for the Toronto side. On Philly, Rilla is out. Ben Simmons, okay, we know he's out. Thibault, he's out with a shoulder. No, he's not out. He's questionable with a little shoulder thing, so that's something to look at. Who else? Tobias Harris, he's available. He should be available to play today. Joel Embiid is supposed to be available to play today, and Bassey, he should be available to play today. Keep your eyes to the keep an eye on Twitter just in case anything changes. And I'll update some shit over here too in the comment section on my pinned comment. On the Toronto side of things, they ran out a decent amount of players. Let me see. Yeah, so Fred VanVleet, he played a decent amount. He had a fake decent game. So I'd imagine, if we don't hear any news like that, I'd imagine we get something similar to like what we seen. These guys, they just played. So I think they actually came back and won that game. So Fred VanVleet played 23 minutes, but he had 8 and 6 and 8 assists. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to see him in the absence of Kyle Lowry, and he should be playing. He should have a lot more ball handling duties. They do have Dragic over there, but he should dominate the ball. So I don't have no problem with him at 6,900. Dragic, I just won't be able to get there. He did play 16 minutes last game, but I don't think they just run him out there. He's so injury prone and whatever, all of that. Banton did get out there and play. He played 23 minutes, man, and he had a pretty decent out, and he was okay. He was all right. Scotty Barnes is somebody he's gonna get a lot of runs. You see, I just had him. Oh, in my last video, I showed you I had him in my lineup. He did pretty well for me, man. He played 24 minutes. He was up there. He played more minutes and the most minutes on the team. So he had 13, 9, 6, 2, and 2. Um, you know, those are the guys we're looking for. The young boys, they're going to be out there, carrying the torch. He's definitely going to be high on probably, but rightfully so. Svi Mikhailu, I probably won't be able to get there. I just ain't going to be able to do it. I ain't even going to lie. Gary Trent Jr. is going to be back too. He's going to be looking to get some minutes. So, yeah, that's probably going to bump his ass right there. Who else? Let's see. The Bongas, no, I can't fuck around. Utah ones, he's out. Justin got a decent amount of minutes too, man. He played 22 minutes. He ended up with 17 and 10. So they really Toronto they really short in the front court, man. So you're gonna have guys like OG and OB out there trying to run the foe, which he does. And he had a pretty decent outing. He had 21, 3 and 1. He played 24 minutes. So, these guys, minutes equal opportunities. That's what we need. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. And like I say, in the front court, they're pretty thin. Precious Achua, he got the start at center. I had him in my lineup. I showed y'all in my last video, and he did pretty well. He did pretty well. My gripe with him right now, he played 24 minutes. He had 13 and 7, but we don't know. We got Drummond. Then he gonna have to see some Embiid first. Then he gonna have to see some Drummond. Man, I don't know. I don't know if I'm, he priced really nice though at 4,400. I probably still take a stab at him, but that's constant. That's constant all day long. That's constant. So speaking, on the Philadelphia side of things, I mean, it's Tyrese Maxey. I had him in my lineup. He played. He got 20 minutes. I know that he can. I know he can put a decent outing up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll help if Embiid is back. So that'll take some pressure off of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just his presence of being on the floor. So I don't mind going back to the well to Tyrese Maxey. I do want to hear some more news though from this team. Shake Milton, he's an all right option. I won't be able to get to him though. Let's see. Shaq Harrison, none of these guys, Seth Curry, he did play a decent amount of minutes. He played 17 minutes. He had 14, 1, 2, and 4. He likes to shoot that 3, but he can give you a few assists here and there. He had 4 steals. That would boosted his fantasy score up, but he's more of a shooter, you know what I'm saying, not a distributor. And so, his peripherals are not usually that high. Furkan Korsmats, I ain't fuck with him. I ain't even gonna lie. Springer is a no. Danny Green is a hell no. Isaiah Joe, he played 25 minutes. He had 18, 3, 1, and 3. He's priced decent. You know what I'm saying? I know they ain't gonna be looking to push Danny Green. You know what I'm saying? So, but keep in mind, last game Joel Embiid did not play, and Tobias Harris didn't play. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to factor in there. Okay. And then, George Niang, he had a decent outing, man. He had a decent outing, but, he had a decent amount of minutes, but, Tobias Harris wasn't, active. And as far as Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, we guys got to get minutes. we got to get information on, what type of minutes these guys are going to be playing. You're going to have to trust your judgment on some things. Even when you do get no news, you're going to have to trust your judgment on a few things, man, because it's crazy how even when if you are confident on these guys, they're not going to get there, like, reaching that price tag, like, 5 times, 5x, and no half, they probably can, but, you want to get close to it, in the preseason, 35. I know that's a lot, but, 40, but it's definitely doable, in the preseason. Leans in this game, I don't have one. I don't have one right now. I don't have one. I don't have a lean in this game right now. I mean, damn. Looking at these benches and, shit. V. Isaac Bonga. It's going to be interesting. Gary Trent Jr. I think I give the lean to a slight lead to Toronto's bench right here. If that makes any sense, that'll help, folks make their decisions in placing bets over here. But they could, with Tobias Harris back and Embiid, they can get off. Toronto can get off to a rocky start. Last but not least, let's touch on this Miami and Houston game here. Injuries we have over here is on the Miami Heat side, Gabe Vincent, he's questionable. I won't fuck with him, no way. Oladipo is out. Garrett is questionable. Cody Martin, or is that Caleb? One of them. He's questionable. Who else? Of course, Udonis Haslem just over there stealing money. He's out. And then on the Rockets side, who we got? What we got here? I think they're good to go. Yeah, they good to go over here on the Rockets side, man. They thirsty. The Rockets are thirsty. Them young boys, they want to play. So now, Jimmy Butler did not play that last game, so keep an eye out on that situation. Well, he's playing. He's active this game. So, but he didn't play the last game when they. We don't know. I don't know what Jimmy we gonna see. I don't know what Jimmy we gonna see. The laid back Jimmy, point guard Jimmy, attitude Jimmy. I don't know. But anyway, Kyle Lowry, he played. Kyle Lowry played. I don't think he played that many minutes. He probably played like 17 minutes or some shit. Let me see. Yeah. Kyle Lowry played 14 minutes. So you gotta. I don't know, man. You gotta try to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? A smaller slate like this, man, especially FanDuel, where you get to pick anybody you want because there's no salary cap during preseason. You might want to do some heavy fading. You know what I'm saying? Some heavy fading. Pick those diamonds in the rough and ride them on out. You know what I'm saying? Ride them on out. It's going to be a lot of dead lineups with people picking the studs and stuff like that. And, it's going to be a lot of dead lineups like that, man. You probably going to, you might have to end up fading all the studs, to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's how preseason goes. You got to know how to switch gears. And, this might be a slate where I want to switch gears, but this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? The whole industry knows this, what I'm saying, But anyway, Kyle Lowry, yeah, he only played 14 minutes, but, he's going to be somebody that's going to be stuffing the stat sheet. He had 5, 4, and 7, you know what I'm saying? Look for him to have a ton of assists this season. He's always been, the one to get plenty of assists. Tyler Hero played 26 minutes. He had 26 points, man. 4 and 4. Of course, Jimmy Butler was out, but he he carried the torch. He needs the minutes. He went MIA for quite a while last year, and he really needs the minutes. I don't know if he's gonna get them, but he's still gonna be one of my favorite plays. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna be one of my favorite plays. Gabe Vincent, I ain't going there. So who else I wanted to talk about? Let me see. Who else I want to talk about, man? I wanted to talk about. Let's see. Okay, I touched on Jimmy. Duncan Robinson, he's scoring dependent. He goes out there. If his shot ain't falling, you dead. I ain't fucking with him. New addition, PJ Tucker, definitely a no for me. Markieff Morris did go out there and play 20 minutes. He might be somebody that's in lineup for another 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, keep that in mind. But they probably still gonna want to give the young boys some minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, Bam Adebayo, he went out there and played. How many minutes Adebayo played? I think he only played like 14 minutes, man. Yeah, something like that. Of course, he can go out in that 14 minutes. He did have 14 and 5. He can go out there and stuff the stat sheet. So like I say, we got to keep our ear to the news, man. Keep our ear to the news. KZ got he had a decent amount of run, man. He played 18 minutes. Caleb Martin, he played 18 minutes. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't know if they're gonna be pushing Jimmy. If they don't push Jimmy, it's really wide open. It's really wide open, for fading. You know what I'm saying? And the low minutes, like Adebayo played 14 minutes, Kyle Lowry played 14 minutes, and we don't know what to expect from Jimmy Butler. I would really love to fade all of them. You know what I'm saying? I would really love to fade all of them, get a break on some of that ownership, but I just don't know what to expect. On the Houston Rockets side, look, ain't gonna be it shouldn't be no rest for these boys here, man. Shouldn't be no rest. You got Kevin Porter Jr. It's self-explanatory. He gonna be chalk. He gonna be high on. His price didn't move. He 5,800 still. And, he played 28 minutes. He had 25 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Look for him to have a glorious season. He should have a decent season, man. Jalen Green, he's going to be out there. He's going to be out there. He played 27 minutes, 12, 6, and 2. You know what I'm saying? These boys got the green light right here, man. They're going to be out there. Eric Gordon, he got the start. He all in the motherfucking way. He is getting paid like a motherfucker, but he all in the way. He played 20 minutes, man. So come on now. Dante Exum, he's a no. Brooks, he's a no. John Wall waiting to be traded. Daniel House Jr., he got in there. You know what I'm saying? 16 minutes. Who else? Jayshawn Tate. He's going to be one of those guys that's, carrying the torch throughout the second half. You know what I'm saying? Get some run in the first and then go out throughout the second half. He only played 17 minutes, though. He might get a little bit more minutes this game. So that's something to look out for. He's cheap at $4,400. I don't know if I'll be able to get there. But, it is what it is. And I wouldn't be surprised if let me see. I wouldn't be surprised if Gordon don't even play this game, man. I wouldn't be surprised if Gordon don't even play. David Nwaba, I mean, he got 16, 15 minutes. So they was pretty much spreading it out. Like, I mean, it's I don't know. I don't understand it, man. Anthony Lamb, he didn't he didn't get the minutes I thought he was gonna get. Martin, he only got 15. He got 15 minutes. So Daniel Tice got the start. He played 18 minutes. He had a pretty decent outing at 12-5, but I mean, minutes was sporadic all over the place. I do have some interest in Christian Wood. I don't know how they're gonna play him. He's pretty priced up at $8K. You know what I'm saying? Pretty decent offensive player. Y'all already know that. He played 23 minutes. He had 9, 7, and 4. So that's something to look out for. And then Sengun, man, he's a beast, man. If he can get the minutes, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you hear anything like Christian Wood is out or anything, he becomes a smash play. He's still priced at 4,800. He did have a little foul trouble last game, but he's still in play either way it go. You know what I'm saying? He only played 13 minutes. He had 5, 8, 3, 1, and 1. You know what I'm saying? So he can really do some damage, man. He can really do some damage. I'll definitely, as the day progresses and we get news, I'll probably have a lean on these games, period. We do know that Houston, they come to play, man. They come to play. They won their last game against the Washington Wizards, 119 to 125. It's interesting. I want to see the total on this game because Houston is not going to be a great defensive team. So I'm going to definitely want to, check their total out because, it probably can go over. You know what I'm saying? This is the preseason. So that being said, I'm out of here, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. If you got my Twitter, and all that shit will be in the description, man, because I'll be tweeting out this, posting the group that, and then, I'll update, some injuries and stuff like that. Peace.